We were all sitting around a fire at camp when our youth pastor got the bright idea to throw a .22 bullet into the fire to scare everyone. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Youth Group Chronicles. Thank you so much for listening to the podcast. Mason and Jamir, welcome back to the show. Our special guests tonight. You guys have seen them, listened to them before, and we have them back for round 3. So thank you for being here.
You're welcome.
Of course.
That was the most forced you're welcome I've ever heard in my life. But if you guys are new to Youth Group Chronicles, this is where people send in their youth ministry stories, and we get to read them here for you on the show. True stories, and the guests have never heard them before. So if you have stories you want to send in, you can email them to us at stories@ygcpodcast.com. And you will have a chance of getting it featured on the show. But we will start this off with a story from Mike G. Mike said, on a youth group trip, we had a student need to be rushed to the hospital via ambulance. The youth pastor grabbed the folder with all the permission slips and medical information and raced to the hospital in our big 15-passenger van. Obviously speeding to get to the hospital, he noticed squad car lights behind him and pulled over. Over the speaker, he heard, "Move to the rear of the vehicle." So this 6'5", 250-pound guy proceeded to crawl over all the seats and then sat on the back bench of this van. Moments later, multiple cop cars pulled up and began screaming with guns drawn for him to get out of the van. After being patted down, cuffed, etc., the officer asked him why he crawled to the back of the van. This innocent young youth pastor replied, "You said move to the rear of the vehicle." The officer, dumbfounded at this point, responded, "I meant get out of the van and then move to the rear of the vehicle."
I feel like I would have done the same thing.
No. Please tell me you're kidding.
No, I would have done the same thing. I would have been, I'm sorry. And I would have been jumping over all of the seats. Like, you would have to say, like, get out of the car. That was not, like, straightforward.
He missed a step.
Yeah, he did, because I would have been like, okay, like, for what? But I wouldn't have questioned that. Yup, right to the back. I'm scared.
Yeah, common sense ain't common for most. And I can tell you are there.
No. Would you have gotten out of the vehicle? Or would you
of course. You wouldn't get shot? Shot up?
Jamir would have not.
Jamir would have been in the back real quick.
He would have known. He probably would have just sat there like,
why would
they're not talking to me. He would have saw the lights behind him and like still thought they weren't talking.
He would have kept driving.
He's like, I'm in an emergency. Yeah. Meet me at the hospital.
I actually wonder how lenient police officers are. I don't know the answer to this question. How lenient they are if it is an emergency and you're like breakneck speed.
I think about that sometimes. Or like, if
have you ever had to drive an emergency like that though?
No, but I think about lying about it all the time. Like, oh, I'm on my way to the hospital. Like, if I'm ever speeding and I get pulled over, I just want to say, it's an emergency. I don't think they care though. They'll just try to write the ticket faster.
Because I'm sure that people have used that.
Yeah.
Unless you have someone like in labor in the front seat of the car or like missing an arm and you're like, I'm going to the ER right now. Then they're probably not going to believe you.
You can just say like your grandma's at home fell and just call beforehand and have her like in a position.
All the time.
No, I don't. She really fell. Might not then, but she did.
Jamir uses that all the time. Calls off work. My grandma fell.
She did. Not then, but she did once a time.
Fell 2 months ago.
How many times have you used that excuse to get off work?
At least a handful, but
a lot.
She fell. Poor grandmother.
She fell. They ain't asked when, but she fell. She fell. She did.
Have they ever questioned it?
Mm-mm.
They always question it. They always ask me, and I'd be like, "He's lying."
Well, they don't tell me about it.
Someone said Gramps is dying in the hospital. That's what you'd say. I have never been in a situation where I've needed to do that.
Wait, that's not funny.
What? Are you laughing at someone's grandpa dying?
No, why would I do that?
That was on there too.
What?
That was on there.
Oh, that is true.
Yeah, she posted it twice.
What?
Can we stop?
No. I was reading. That was a person from last time though.
Oh.
I am sorry. I thought that was a comment that would be your... Okay, yes, you did say that. You said that's what you'd say. Oh my gosh, I'm just digging my hole deeper. Whatever.
It's because it's happening.
I
We're
know.
sorry.
I didn't realize that it's happening. Thank you for commenting that. We're sorry. That is.
Grandma keeps
Sorry.
falling.
I sure. Yes. I'm just gonna move on.
Please move on quick.
This is from Jacob. Jacob said, "The morning after a youth group lock-in at a trampoline park, we realized what."
That's what she's doing what Zay would do, laugh at dead people. I'm not laughing at dead people. I would never do that.
Isaiah does do that. It's unfortunate. I wonder if he's on. This is from Jacob. The morning after a youth group lock-in at a trampoline park, we realized that during the parent pickup time that a student was missing. We panicked and searched for 30 minutes and still weren't able to find him. Turns out the kid had fallen asleep in the foam pit, but had sunk several feet over time. And because he was such a heavy sleeper, he didn't wake up from us frantically searching for him. Luckily, one of our leaders saw a hand sticking up from the foam pit, and that's how they discovered him.
That's the last
God,
trip they send their kids on.
Last time he
so
went.
mad.
That's the last time he went. You just imagine like one hand. Actually, you ever seen they freak me out every time. The stupid like Halloween decorations for like cars. And it's like
they be having like
a limb out the back of the trunk.
Yeah.
They get me every time. That's what I'm imagining.
They get you every time.
Oh yeah. I'm like, oh my gosh.
You see the truck one?
What's the truck one?
With the balls hanging out?
Okay, yes, I've seen that one too.
Nah. Yeah, no.
Oh.
I wouldn't have went on another trip either. Not after that.
If you were the kid,
Yeah.
it would be your fault though.
I don't care. You should have found me. Are you
In a
crazy?
foam pit.
Yeah. You didn't look everywhere.
That's true. Have you been to one of those parks before?
Like a jumping
Like
park?
a jumping park, yeah.
Yeah, but I never get in the foam things.
No, when we were at one time, someone lost their phone in the bottom of that thing, so they had all the workers over there.
Are they
probably
deep?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they're probably. How deep would you say a foam pit is? Probably 6-8 feet.
I would
Yeah,
drown.
easily. You kind of do. It's kind of hard to get out.
Yeah.
But someone lost their phone in the bottom of it, so all the workers were like sifting through these like foam blocks for the duration of the time we were there. I don't know if they ever found it, but
They
don't
would've
go
had to
jumping
take
with your
every
phone.
foam
at a
block
at
out
a-
of there.
For all the youth groups, save yourself the agony. Tell your kids no phones at the trampoline parks.
It's crazy.
This is from Joanna. Joanna said, there was a boy in our youth group who always wanted attention. So while at summer camp one year, he caught a frog and proceeded to bite it in half. Then in front of everyone, he chewed it and swallowed it as all the students watched in horror.
That's disgusting. Yeah, I know. You would do it, huh? That's nasty.
For the record, I would not.
Bites a frog.
Why would I bite a frog?
That's why I'm asking.
That's what like the deranged. That's what the kids that's in the back of the bus. That's what they do. So you got to watch out for. Like them lice checks. Those are the kids.
Yeah.
When you're hearing these stories, does like one specific kid come to mind from youth group back in the day? Because every time I read a story, I'm like, I know what kid would have done that.
Yeah, that one.
Are you pointing to Caleb? You would have done that? Yeah. You would have. Oh, bro, that's sick.
That's like DK stuff.
And then did what with it?
That's
Caleb was that kid. I guess I don't remember that far back, but that's
yeah,
wild.
no. That's
We
DK
found him.
stuff. That's DK stuff.
This is from Grayson, and this is where I will read. We'll do one story every episode. We do this one story every episode, but I'll read a couple sentences, and then you guys give me your best guess. Chat as well, where you guys think that this story is going to go. Was that my brother? No, this is my buddy Caleb. This is Caleb's first live. Caleb and Andrew are with us tonight. The youth camp we were staying at made a huge slide about 100 feet long in the woods. The previous couple of days, it had been raining and hailing all day, so the slide was very slick. I'm going to leave it right there. Where do you think that story ends? How do you think it goes? We'll start with Mason.
They either get hurt or they're just never gonna stop.
So kind of both. So you think they slide off the end and get hurt?
Yeah.
In like any specific way, break an arm, break a leg, anything?
I guess it depends on what was at the bottom of the.
I mean, it's a slide that people go down, so nothing crazy.
Oh, just a
but it
regular
was more
slide.
slick than normal.
Ooh.
And it's in the woods. It's outside.
The woods.
Yeah, it's out in the woods.
My only answer. Someone has to get hurt.
All right, someone's getting hurt. Ja?
I thought there was a kid at the end of the slide.
What's that?
A kid at the end of the slide.
You always
He's
think he
got-
smokes like another kid?
Yeah, straight into the back, a broken spine.
Okay. All right.
Broken spine.
Chat.
Slide into the woods.
The underpants
history.
caught on the thing. Ooh, that's a good one. Someone gets impaled.
You know how
Someone
like
gets
ice.
impaled by a tree? Wow.
You know how like ice sticks onto you,
Ice? What do you mean?
like.
Like if you lick a frozen pool.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh,
Yeah.
like if you like lick a cold like metal
Yeah.
pole or something?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you think part of his body got stuck on the...
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, that would hurt.
Rip your skin off.
Any other guesses, chat, before we go on? Someone slid into a tree or get impaled. All right, you guys are all kind of guessing the same thing here. All right. The youth camp we were staying at made a huge slide about 100 feet long in the woods. The previous couple days, it had been raining and hailing all day, so the slide was very slick. The camp had posted a sign saying that the slide was closed, but one group of teenagers decided to convince one kid to sit down on the slide anyway. That's when one of them, as a joke, pushed the student down the slide. However, since the slide was so slick, he flew off the end
I knew it.
and landed on a fallen branch,
Ooh, how did?
which
he know?
happened to have a stray stick that impaled him
Ooh.
right between his crotch and butthole.
Oh, between.
No. Oh, I know that hurt. It was like boy.
Yeah.
Wow. I can't speak on it. That's bad. I know it hurt.
Oh, I'm sure that hurt.
They have no kids, no future kids.
No, it didn't hurt that part.
They had that
It
part?
missed.
The crotch and the balls. That's what he said.
At least that butt.
Oh, that's what you
Right
said?
between. Literally right between. It was...
Glad he knows the Lord.
There is a name for that. It doesn't matter.
The taint.
It's in the comments. What?
Not the tank.
There she is.
They said the gooch.
The gooch. Oh my gooch. Yo. Nah, that's crazy. I feel bad for him.
You guys, most of you actually got it right.
Yeah.
Poor guy got impaled.
Dang.
You're fighting whoever pushed you. You need to do some recovering first, and then you can go fight. Because I don't know if you're
He
even...
probably is not even be able to walk.
Dude, you have a...
I need a
Oh.
wheelchair.
What?
Oh. This is that bro had an itch needing scratching.
Oh my gosh.
He got it. Real good.
At least he didn't lose his boys. So true. It could have been a lot worse. Right? Am I wrong?
That's the worst as it gets.
That's his...
A second hole added, they said.
Oh.
He has girl parts now. Yo.
Oh, I knew the
That's
chat
nasty.
would get a hold of this one and go crazy. All right. This is our question segment. This is our mailbag segment where people send in questions to the show. Questions at ygcpodcast.com is where you can send them in. First question is, what youth camps have you all worked at? I'm going to expand this question and say, what youth camps have you gone to and been like a leader on a retreat or even attended? I will say I worked at His Thousand Hills growing up, which is a camp in PA. And honestly, you two, I have no idea. You probably have never worked, or were you a leader at any like retreats and stuff like that?
What's
Is that a
called?
no?
No. What's it called?
The
Never
one,
mind.
the one up near the lake.
No, I went to His Thousand Hills.
You couldn't remember the name. I just said
No,
it.
I know the name of that, but I wasn't a leader, but I was,
Okay, so you never went as a leader, is what you're saying.
No, I did. I went on a leaders retreat, but not with the kids.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So it wasn't. You didn't really work at it. Did you ever go on a leaders as a leader to any of them?
If I did it, he didn't.
Okay, fair enough. I guess I was the only one. I only worked at one youth camp, HCH. Other question. This one's for me. How long have you been homeschooled? I don't know if that's an insult or if that is a real question, but I'm going to answer it like a question. I was homeschooled my whole life.
They asked you that?
Yes, that was from Josiah.
You repeat it?
What's that?
Did you repeat a grade?
Did I repeat a grade? Surprisingly, no. Did you think I did?
No, to the
Yes.
but they're inching for the
Sometimes
question.
I think you have.
How many grades did you think I repeated based?
Probably like third grade.
How do you fail third grade? Is
People
what I
do
want to know.
that.
What's that?
That happens to people.
Does it really?
It didn't happen to me. No, I promise. I graduated early.
Early?
A
Okay.
year early.
All right. Guys, if you have questions you want to send in, questions@ygcpodcast.com. Let me see here.
That's crazy.
Everyone else is saying public school. Chat, I can't read all the questions right now, so if you have a question, just email us and we'll answer it there. Back to some questions here. This is from Devin. Devin said, as a pastor was introducing another pastor on stage at a massive conference, he went on and on about how brilliant this man was. He told the crowd that he's a genius, he's a pastor, he's a father, he's a leader, he's an entrepreneur, etc. Then in front of thousands of people, he says this: everybody prepare yourselves because your minds are about to get blown. Come on, turn to everyone and say, you're about to get blown.
Pause, dude. Yo, no filter.
Nope.
Who's the guest or
You're
what?
about to get blown.
You imagine turning to the person next to you and having to say that? Thousands of people.
Welcome, Jamie Bell.
Oh no, government?
You just gave his government name. What do we say about giving government names?
He's not hated.
What?
He's not hated yet. But when the time comes.
They're gonna find me.
Sky, were you actually there? Someone just said they were there. The pastor was homeschooled. Guys, you are not loving the homeschoolers tonight, apparently. You got to give us a little slack. Was anyone else there? They said there was 1,000 people there, so there's a good chance. One person already said there was. Okay, chill with the homeschool, guys. We got it.
Is that the one new kid?
What?
I can't say that.
Why not?
It's horrible.
If it's horrible, don't say it. You can tell me after.
No, it's on the comment.
Yeah.
This is from, but is that worse than telling everyone's? It was Daddy Please Fill Me was the other one, Lexi. What's worse? What's worse? I'm sure you heard that. Did you hear that story?
Yeah, but
What is worse?
Daddy makes me uncomfortable.
Okay, wait. We'll do an early would you rather here. Early would you rather. What would be worse? The conference that we just read or the Daddy Please Fill Me conference?
Which one's worse?
Yes.
The second one.
The Daddy Please
No, the first one's worse.
I think the first one's probably worse too.
You think so?
I mean, both weren't on purpose. Guys, what? Yes, it was awful, guys. You guys think it's worse, the Daddy Please Fill Me?
Yeah, that's
Everyone's going with
that makes me uncomfortable. Daddy, please.
I'll go with the second one.
Go ahead.
All right, everyone has said.
Sam's like, yeah, I like
Yep.
Daddy, please fill me.
No. I would say the first one is probably worse. They're both pretty bad. They're
Yeah.
both pretty bad. You arrived at the conference. You arrived at the other conference after the story. Oh, okay, gotcha. All right, this is from Seth Lee. And guys, if you have stories you want to send in to the show, stories@ygcpodcast.com. At youth camp, we thought it would be a good idea to let the kids use face paint to show support for their team. Except without us knowing, one student stole a jar of paint he found laying around. Turns out 3 boys had snuck out during dinner to go and huff the paint. We found them laying in the grass high as a kite.
One way to do it.
Huff the pain.
The legal way.
They might as well just smoked it.
You're a leader, and you stumble across 3 kids in a field high off paint. What are you doing?
Leave them there. Minding my business. They dumb.
What are you doing, Ja?
Finding some of the good stuff.
You're gonna ask him for the paint?
No. Finding the good stuff. Like, why?
That's wild.
Like, why would you like
As
huff
a youth
paint?
leader? Wow.
I'm demoting that day. Huffing paint? Like, how you get the idea to huff paint?
Calling the cops. Yeah, no, I would definitely just mind my business. What?
I didn't see nothing.
You get a
gonna say-
charge.
My goodness, there's some kids out there laying in the ground.
I don't know what's wrong with them.
They seem out of it. Very oozy. Yo.
It was a rough week. Just join them. No, we do not condone huffing paint. Thank you, though.
Nice suggestion, but no.
Yeah, don't try it, please. This is a story from Tony. We were all sitting around a fire at camp when our youth pastor got the bright idea to throw a .22 bullet into the fire to scare everyone. For whatever reason, he had brought a few blanks with him on a trip. So when no one was watching, he tossed one in. Moments later, it exploded and scared everyone around the fire. As he was laughing, one of the other leaders stood up and said, guys, we looked over to see her arm bleeding from where a piece of the bullet had flown out and literally hit her in the arm.
That's premeditated murder. Premeditated.
Jail. Jail.
Like, how you ring a bullet full of kids?
Nah, I would have been scared. I probably would have ran.
Call
Bump
your
her
mama.
arm.
Does anyone know how loud that is? Who's thrown? I know one of you two over there has thrown a bullet in the fire. It's not very loud. Enough to make you jump?
Oh, y'all just testing him.
I would have been scared. Oh, what?
A 9mm would have been crazy. Yes.
I don't play with bullets. I don't play with gunshots. That's crazy.
Imagine getting shot in the arm without a gun.
Oh my goodness, I would have been crying hysterically.
Yeah. Yeah, Mason would have been losing it.
I would, what?
No, imagine your mom finding that out.
Y'all would have been in jail that day. Yo, my mom's not cutting bag. What? She would have got y'all. My baby got
ATF
shot.
is typing. This is a story from Ron. Ron said, for a prank at summer camp, I put chocolate laxatives inside marshmallows and passed them out. To throw everyone off, I let them watch me put cosmic brownies into some marshmallows, so they had no idea the majority of them had laxatives. Unfortunately, though, there was one kid who loved them so much that he kept asking for more. I tried to tell him no, but he kept asking and got more and more annoying as time went on, so I finally obliged. Near the end of the week, this same kid walked into the room I was hanging out in, and I realized I hadn't seen him since Tuesday.
You basically drugged him.
I asked where he had been, and his response was that he had been sitting on the toilet for 2 days, and he hadn't been able to leave the bathroom. After doing the math, I realized he had about 9 chocolate laxatives and spent 2 days fighting for his life on the toilet.
His butthole was burning. It had to be. Bro, you ever had diarrhea?
Yes.
Bro, your butthole be burning. What? I know his butt red. That's nasty.
2 days.
2 days.
Kid had no idea what hit him. This guy, I don't even think told him.
Nobody was worried?
That's a great question. Maybe they thought he was thick.
Just sick.
At this point, though, with all the laxative stories, if this happens at your youth group, you should know by now to start asking some questions. Because there have been a lot.
That makes me never want to eat food from anybody. I can't trust anybody.
You can't. Not these days.
You can't be trusted. If they put laxatives in my food, what? Oh. I already poop a lot.
What?
I didn't
You
say
be
that.
alright. You be alright then.
Ayúdame.
All right. This is our Would You Rather segment for this episode. We have 2 stories here. And chat, get ready for this. And then also Jamir and Mason. Which one of these stories would you rather endure? You are a student at the top of a slide. Your friend pushes you down the slide because it's very slippery. You go off the end and you get impaled by a stick right between your crotch and anus. It's option 1. Option 2 is you're sitting around a fire at summer camp, and without you knowing, someone throws a bullet into the fire and the bullet goes off and hits you in the arm.
Take the bullet. Shoot me now. Just shoot me.
Jamir instantly says bullet.
I'm going for the gooch.
You're
I'm
getting
going for the
stabbed.
gooch.
Are you serious?
Yeah, a bullet? Are you crazy?
It's like a little piece.
I'll be traumatized. I'm
little
gonna be
piece of your
traumatized
arm.
either way, but at least the gooch can heal.
So can your arm.
Not with a bullet. I'll look at that all the time and just see that.
But you can air
Those
your
are
arm
battle
out.
scars. I might like that.
You can air your arm out. You're not airing no gooch out. You're not-
Tell me what I do. Please mind your business about what I'm gonna do. No.
Bullet. Ella says bullet. Ben says I'm getting shot. Bullet in the arm is way better. I would not want to be. Yeah, Mason, I think you are outnumbered on this because I am 100% taking the bullet. I'm going to ask our crowd, our small crowd tonight as well. But you'd rather be shot. Caleb says he'd rather be shot by a 9mm than take the stick.
That sounds crazy.
Yeah. Who's taking it out? Do you do it right there or do you go to the hospital?
Taking what out?
Take
The
the bullet.
stick.
The stick.
It's just, I guess you pull it out yourself.
How you gonna pull
You know
that
how
out?
bad that would hurt?
You know how bad the bullet's gonna hurt?
You got splinter
Okay.
infection.
I feel you cannot change my mind. I'm 100% taking the bullet. Yes, it's going to hurt, but the other one has to hurt way more.
It's just a stick.
I feel like there's
No,
way
impaled.
more health implications for option one as well. Like things could go wrong. Yeah, am I wrong? You could bleed out.
Can't bleed out with a bullet, huh?
In the arm, just go like this. You grab it.
I'm still taking the stick.
Wow.
Nah,
She's like scratched
fine.
by the bullet, still taking the stick.
I don't want it.
What? I want to know. You got to get checked out. You got to go spread eagle at the doctor's office. Yeah, I feel like you need an ambulance.
But you're in the
Yeah.
woods.
You're in the woods. They have to come get you. Oh yeah, your legs are like spread apart on the stretcher while they're carrying you through the woods.
It'll be all right. I'm still taking the stick.
Oh yeah, because they landed. Let me
A
go back.
chainsaw.
Actually, wait. Let me see this.
They didn't say all that.
They landed on a fallen branch, which had a stray stick. So it wasn't like they landed on a small little stick. They landed on a branch that could have been really long that had a stick protruding, and that's what stuck them.
I don't ever want to say I got shot.
You
Didn't get shot.
I don't want. No.
How big was the stick? They didn't say, but it was a branch that had a stick. So you're gonna walk around with a branch? Ooh.
You're not gonna be able to walk.
Yeah, there's no way you're walking.
You're gonna be paraplegic. You're gonna be in a wheelchair.
Mason, no, I'm not to convince her. She's wrong. Everyone. Is there anybody else? I'm looking at the chat. Is there anybody else that has said they're taking the stick?
Come on, take
I don't
the
think
stick.
there's anybody else.
How big was the stick? Take the stick.
No, I think you are the only
How
one.
high in
we
the
will.
air was the branch?
We are gonna post this later on Instagram when this episode comes out. You guys can vote. Ooh,
Yeah,
man.
like how would you want to tell the parents? Oh, your kid fell on a stick. Oh, your
Where?
kid got hit by a bullet. A piece of a bullet. Why are you guys playing with bullets? I wonder why.
How did he fall on a stick? His friend pushed him.
Down the slide. That like, you could either say that or you could say,
Okay,
oh, the
but
youth
you're not the leader.
brought-
This happens to you is the question. You're saying your final vote. I'm gonna try and change your mind one more time. You are taking the stick.
I'm taking the stick.
Okay, that is a.
My mom would have been way more happier with the stick than the bullet.
What if they could get the stick out and you got your leg amputated?
What's getting
Then-
amputated?
Her leg, if it gets stuck in there and gets infected.
It's not in her leg.
So where is it?
Between her. I've already said it 4 times. Everyone
I'm
knows
taking
where it's
the
at.
It went through.
I'm taking the stick.
All right,
That's nasty.
I will let you take the stick. That is shocking. Jamir, sticking with the bullet.
Of course.
Hey, me and
Shoot
you.
me any day.
We're going with the bullet. What'd you say?
Shoot me any day. Any day, anytime. I'm ready.
Actually, Caleb's in the studio. Caleb did say he'd rather I know it was a bullet that got tossed in the fire and it like ricocheted, hit her in the arm. He said he'd actually rather get shot in the arm than take the stick. And I think that I would be same, which is worse than the bullet. I'm serious. I would take getting shot in the arm over the stick.
That's crazy.
They
Would
can
you
just-
go that
they can
far,
just
John?
Sew it up. They can just sew it up, close up both ends.
Like
sew
it's
it
going to
up.
hurt, but
It's gonna hurt.
You got a great story to tell.
Both are actually a great story.
Nah, the last one, the first was embarrassing. Embarrassing. First, you're playing in a restricted area, and
It's like, why are you in a wheelchair?
you listen to your
Oh, you're
dumb
gonna read this
friends
story.
and get impaled.
You got impaled? Where'd you get impaled?
The gooch.
It's very personal.
Anyway, guys, thank you so much for listening or watching this episode of Youth Group Chronicles. Mason and John Muir, thank you guys for being here. If you guys have stories you'd like to send in, stories@ygcpodcast.com is where you can submit them. And lastly, I know I've been saying it, but you guys can sign up for our notification and update list. You can go to ygcpodcast.com/updates. And that's where you guys can sign up and get notified every time we go live, because eventually we're going to be going live in some other places as well. We have that in the works, and you won't want to miss those updates. So thank you guys for being here, and we will see you all next week.